Welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast. Back with your boys, you know how it goes, Blue Westlow and Robbie_V. Today we play
Christmas episode.
Today we talk about a whole lot of really cool stuff. We talk about Christmas, talk about some of the gifts we got, talk about some we talk about a lot of video game stuff today. We talk about the day before a little bit. We talk about GTA.
Insomniac hacks.
We talk about the Insomniac hacks. We talk about... We have a lot of really poignant Q&As today as well, I must say. And in general, we just kind of vibe. You know how it goes. That's what we do here at GG Over Easy. So if you like us, if you like the content we put out, and if you like Christmas, because if you don't watch this episode, you would probably hate Christmas. That's just the rules. I don't make them. Then stick around.
We all know quitting a bad habit can be really tough to do, but Fume has made it way easier for a lot of people out there, including myself. Fume looks at the problem in a different way. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong. So instead of a drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit? Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. And instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses delicious flavors. Your Fume comes with an adjustable airflow dial and is designed with movable parts and magnets for fidgeting, giving your fingers a lot to do, which is helpful for de-stressing and anxiety while breaking your habit. The feel of this thing is really cool and high quality. You really feel like you're using something that's like no one else is using it, and it's super cool. You gotta try the new Solano Fume. It's made with premium walnut barrel and an onyx-coated mouthpiece. Start the holidays off right in the good habit by going to tryfume.com/GG and get the journey pack today. Fume is giving our listeners today 10% off when they use the code GG to help making starting the good habit that much easier. Gifting is a no-brainer this holiday season thanks to the unmatched comfort and the style of MeUndies. From undies and bralettes to socks and loungewear, MeUndies has the perfect gift for yourself or anyone else on your list. Even though it's hard to gift people, MeUndies has the holiday gift guide to make it all super easy as well. MeUndies gifted me 2 pairs of the most comfortable black pair of underwear I think I've ever worn ever. I gotta get them for my people. MeUndies' signature fabric is as soft as a warm hug from your favorite sweater. It's breathable, stretchy, and oh so comfy, making them ideal for any type of day. Knock out your holiday shopping today and get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/GG15. That's MeUndies.com/GG15 for 20% off plus free shipping. MeUndies, comfort from the outside in. I gotta find those things right now. I gotta put some of those on right now. Thank you, MeUndies, for sponsoring this episode of the GG Over Easy podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast, episode 208. Am I right, bro?
209.
209. Damn, I'm old. Thank you guys all for being here. Merry Christmas. Big shouts out to everybody that's celebrating Christmas today. Happy holidays. Real quick, Blue, I'm going to close my door so we can talk about some gifts.
Oh, we're talking about some real shit. When the door closes, the real shit comes out.
So, Christmas is here. Did you buy anything for anybody or gift anything? I know your boyfriend was recently over. I think you tweeted yesterday that you were depresso mode. Did you guys do a gift exchange while you were here or anything like that?
The gift exchange, okay, so he has his birthday when he comes down here, and it's also our anniversary when he came down here. So we had a 2-pack. Took him to Lightscape down in San Antonio, which is super sick. He's big in photography, so we had a great time. And then we went to the Tower of the Americas up.
I don't know what that is.
Tower of the Americas is basically like the Space Needle from Seattle, except it has a restaurant at the top floor.
Oh, fancy!
So that was super sick. We went there for our anniversary. And now I'm broke. So your boy is going light on family Christmas presents, which I don't think is unfair because I pretty much always never ask for Christmas presents myself. So
yeah. For me with Christmas, I don't get like my siblings anything because I have so many siblings. I only get my parents stuff, and Sydney. I don't know. It's hard for me to like buy stuff for my siblings and stuff because like you guys are adults. Like if you want to buy something, you can go and get, like you guys can go and get it if you want. Like I don't know. But like for my parents, it's like, all right, like you made Christmas cool when I was a kid. So like I'm still gonna like get you guys gifts and stuff like that. So I did get my mom some stuff. Sydney got some bangers this year though, which
She went hard.
really excited for Sydney to get one of her gifts.
We're not even can't even spoil it on this podcast because that's nope.
Well, I mean, by the time Sunday comes out, she'll be opening it, I believe.
Oh,
Sunday,
really? Okay.
Yeah, because what? Sunday's Christmas Eve, and then Monday is Christmas. No chance she listens. And I think she's upstairs showering right now because we're leaving for my parents here in a little bit. Me and her mom got her the Lego Lord of the Rings Rivendell set.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So she's really into Lord of the Rings, and I think she'll really like it. She is super into Legos. So really excited to see that one be opened. And then, you know, my dad's the kind of guy I'm like, hey, Dad, like, what do you want for Christmas? And he's like, a Porsche 911 or a Rolex Daytona. It's like, all right, well, I'll get you some socks then. So I literally got my dad socks to like prove a point. And then,
dude, get his ass. But there's something about dads that like, here's the thing. My dad asked for like pretty exorbitant gifts for a while. Mm-hmm. And I remember one time I got him like this $500 giga fucking badass grill. All right, I went hard, and he was super thankful for it, and I was so happy. Motherfucker never used that shit. That shit's rotting in the backyard, and I'm just like, well, like
glorified coat rack type shit.
Like next time, like when someone like, I want to get my parents nice things when I can, but like when they ask for super nice things, I'm like, okay, but like historically, you guys like just kind of let them rot. And then I kind of feel like, well, there wasn't that nice exorbitant gift. So, plus I'm also like, I don't know, for the most part, my family like just buys the things that they want. We have like a cereal, like everyone just gets something that they want when they want it. So shopping for people is kind of hard.
Yeah. My dad is the type of person who has like everything too, and like he's at the point where it's like if he just wanted it he would just buy it. So it's crazy though that Christmas like just is already here. Like I don't know, as I get older I just realize like Christmas isn't as cool as it was unless you have a kid. Like I feel like one of the perks of having a kid is around Christmas, because then like it just looks a lot more fun with a kid, because then you have Elf on a Shelf and then you just fuck with them with Elf on a Shelf. I didn't have that as a kid. I don't know if that was like a new thing, Elf on a Shelf, but it seems like, I don't know, really fun to kind of fuck with kids that an elf is watching them and tell them if Santa is a naughty or nice, if you will.
See, I still like Christmas. Well, because Christmas is cool, but also like, I guess like the season of Christmas is what I like.
Just
like,
the lights and just the atmosphere.
Everything is decorated hard. The atmosphere is immaculate. The vibes perfect. Everyone is like out doing shit. It's kind of not like, this is the one part of the season where I'm fairly extroverted and I want to go do things. And but yeah, I would say like the family gathering part is definitely not as cool as an adult. Like as a kid, the family gathering was sick. Like, oh, the whole family's here. We got presents. Everyone's merry as fuck. Whereas now I'm just like, I'm a cave gremlin, so I just stay in my cave. Like, there's the only difference is like, yeah, the presents are cool, but like now there's a bunch of people downstairs in my cave, and I like the feeling of having your family here, but like I also like them being here while I'm in my cave.
Yeah, and then like you can be a recluse and go back to your cave whenever you like, you know.
Whereas like as a kid, I was like, let's fucking go, fucking Christmas, baby, let's do everything.
Yeah, like
let's fucking go. And now it's just like, hey,
yeah, this Christmas, my like whole family is gonna be at my parents' house. So like my brother that lives in California now, my brother that lives like 6 hours away, and like Colorado, but like bumfuck Colorado, that's like near the border type shit. And then one that lives in Arizona. So like everybody's gonna be here. And then one of my brothers is actually getting eloped on like New Year's.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so they're like staying down here for a while and gonna go and get eloped, and I don't know like how that really works, but we go to like a place and then we're gonna like drink at a bar, I guess, or something afterwards. I don't really know. It's way cheaper than the alternative, which is a wedding.
Dude, eloping is the meta. As much as weddings are tight, dear God,
yeah.
I can't even imagine the financial stress your brain is currently in right now.
Yeah, thankfully that's like why Sydney and I did a really long engagement, is specifically for like paying off the wedding and like making payments on stuff like that. We're actually, I'd probably say like 65 to 70% all paid for already at this point. So it's been awesome. So big shouts out to everybody getting stuff for Christmas. Once again, I asked for Steam gift cards so I could put it all into CS:GO or CS2, I guess.
This is nuts.
I did ask for one normal gift, which was good sleeping pillows.
Oh my God. Sleeping pillows changed the fucking game.
Now I have like, I want like I like Tempur-Pedic pillows, like the ones that are kind of like memory type foam type shit. I don't like a soft pillow.
Yeah.
And all like the Tempur-Pedic pillows I have now are like,
it's gotta be a little firm.
Old.
Gotta be a little firm.
Yeah, I like a good firm pillow. What were you saying?
I was just saying, at this point, I just ask for people like, if you get a gift, get Boomy a gift. That counts as a gift for me. Get him something.
Yeah.
Get him some treats. Get him like a cute little outfit. I'm cool. That's all I need.
Is he cool with wearing outfits? Or does he not like wearing outfits?
Chihuahuas are notoriously pretty good about wearing outfits because they're always cold. So he'll wear, the only thing he won't do hats. And nor will I force hats on him because hats on dogs is like, yeah, he'll get it off pretty quick. But outfits, he loves outfits. So I'm just like, get Boomy something. That worked for me, baby.
So everybody enjoy your holiday season. Would love to hear all the gifts you guys get in the comments, what you asked for, any video games you guys are hoping to play. There is a video game you can play right now, but you might go to prison if you play it. Really? I wouldn't say it's yeah. Would you like to guess what game, Blue?
It's not a game. The day before part 2.
Close. Wolverine by Insomniac.
My God. I don't want to go too far into details out of respect for the devs, but God, if you guys did not hear about this, I mean, Insomniac pretty much got ransomwared, hacked hard.
I believe it was 1.6 terabytes of data. Now, for those that don't know, 1.6 terabytes is a lot.
That's a lot of data.
That's a lot of data. Like that's 100. Like that's 100. Isn't that 1,000 gigabytes? Like 1,000 gigabytes or like 1,600 gigabytes, I guess. That is like, and then like, and like, unfortunately, like I don't mean like it was also like devs' personal info and stuff like that. Like it sucks that games were leaked.
The worst part wasn't even the leak of the games. It was the personal info of all the devs. Like
having a game leak is one thing, and like, oh man, that really sucks. But it's one thing to be like, hey, they have your phone number, your address, your social security number, where you went to school, your application. Like basically what I would assume is basically everything that got you hired up into that point, these hackers have now. So
it was brutal. It just
so to put it in perspective, games that are expected to be launched in 2035 were essentially leaked. Like basically their release schedule for the next like 10 years was basically leaked. Now, like Blue said, I don't want to get too much into like what was leaked and all that kind of stuff.
We're not going to spoil like exactly what got leaked, but we'll go over the general like the scale of it is terrifying.
I'll talk about like what like Marvel's Wolverine had already been announced. I think at the Game Awards it was announced.
Yeah.
And I believe a bunch of videos from that build leaked, but then a playable demo.
Yeah.
Not even a playable demo. Like it's
worst thing possible. A whole ass build leaked to like and now you got people
like a build.
Yeah, a build. And you already have people like fucking with this playable build. Yeah. And it's like that as a dev must be the most terrifying thing in the world. So much of your like raw work is just out in the public, and it's it's so bad. Like you have people already making mods for this playable build, like
and
like
So Insomniac Games came out with a statement, and I'll read a little bit for you guys. It says, "Thank you for the outpouring of compassion and unwavering support. It's deeply appreciated. We are both saddened and angered about the recent criminal cyber attack on our studio and the emotional toll it has taken on our dev team. We have focused inwardly for the last several days to support each other. We are aware that the stolen data includes personal information belonging to our employees, former employees, and independent contractors. It also includes early development details about Marvel's Wolverine for Spider-Man 5. We continue to work quickly to determine what data was impacted. The experience has been extremely distressing for us. We want everyone to enjoy games we develop as intended and as our players deserve. However, like Logan, Insomniac is resilient. Marvel's Wolverine continues as planned. The game is in early production and will no doubt greatly evolve throughout development, as do all of our plans. While we appreciate everyone's enthusiasm, we will share official information about Marvel's Wolverine when the time is right. On behalf of everyone at Insomniac, thank you for ongoing support during this challenging time." I think what is the biggest thing here is they specifically say cyber attack. Like they don't say leak or anything like that.
No, this is a whole ass attack.
Data, like they're very specific on like this was an attack. This wasn't like a leak or anything like that. Like it's really crazy what dev teams have to go through these days, especially like when releasing a game. The craziest thing I saw is like I saw videos and stuff like that because it was all over Twitter. And people going like, dude, this looks like shit. Like this game looks really bad.
It's like the lack of awareness of people. It's like, no shit, Sherlock. They're on a fucking gray background fighting some random dudes. Yeah, you think you think the full release, you think they're gonna like just have these full release builds? This game is not gone gold. Like it astounds me how dumb Twitter game the gamosphere is. People are like, damn, this looks unfinished as fuck. Like, yeah, no fucking shit, dude. Do you want to solve another fucking mystery, Sherlock? Nice job, man. Give yourself a clap, because like obviously test builds, like a very obviously not done things got out, and people are just like, this looks so fucking bad. It's like, damn, man. You like you could not get that info out of me to blatantly say I'm stupid on Twitter. You could not torture that info out of me, but you just on Twitter said, yeah, man, check this out, I'm dumb. But I like it looked like a classic Insomniac games. Like that's what they do. They do that crispy combat. They do that. It's what the leak definitely was exactly what you would expect from Insomniac games. So the fact that people are weird about it is like, I don't know what these people are on about.
Yeah, it's pretty insane and very unfortunate. I mean, if you want to go look, the information is out there, but they also had like games that are planned on being released like 5 to 6 years from now.
They have some really, really, really bad spoilers of like, I mean, we are literally talking to 2035. There's a lot of games that are in there that if you don't want to get spoiled, please do not look at them.
Yeah. I will say, unfortunately, though, no Jak and Daxter. I don't know when we're ever going to get another Jak and Daxter, but we're not getting it from Insomniac, and I'm sad about it.
Dark times.
But really unfortunate what happened there. If you guys want to go look into it, you guys can see the details. But yeah, 1.6 terabytes is crazy. Speaking of hackers, recently the devs over at Rockstar had to release their trailer early because of hackers.
That was so crazy to me. That did you hear about exactly who?
I have it right here, actually.
Oh, here, let her rip, baby, let her rip.
So the GTA 6 hacker who, I believe earlier in the year had like clips surface and other kind of builds of like kind of what you saw with Insomniac and Wolverine.
Yeah.
But this guy was just sentenced. I have a headline right here. The 18-year-old hacker who leaked a GTA 6 clips has been sentenced to life in hospital prison. Now, what life in hospital prison means, it's not actually like he never can leave. Basically, he has to serve his first 6 months, and then it's basically an indefinite sentence until somebody's like, all right, he's good. You can like release his ass. But like, if they're just like, nope, no, he'll never be released, you know? So is it life? No. Is it life? Sure. Like, so, okay, this is the crazy part. He hacked Rockstar at a hotel using an Amazon Fire Stick while in police protection. Think about that for a second. This guy used an Amazon Fire TV stick to hack Rockstar. I can barely fucking open Apple TV with my Fire Stick. Okay. I don't even get how that works and like the steps to do that. So I have a little like clip here, says the jury was told while he was on bail for hacking NVIDIA and BT/EE and in police protection at a Travel Lodge hotel, he continued hacking and carried out his most infamous hack. Despite having his laptop confiscated, Kurtaj managed to breach Rockstar, the company behind GTA, using an Amazon Fire Stick, his hotel TV, and a mobile phone. Kurtaj stole 90 clips of the unreleased and hugely anticipated GTA 6.
Insane.
Like, I swear to God, like I feel like these people like go to jail and then come out and then the government's like, hey, will you fucking work for us? Like to try and hack like or just like make their security better or something. Like,
I mean, that's a smart thing to do, right?
Like people like this are super villains. Like, how the fuck do you hack a $1 billion? I don't know if Rockstar's $1 billion company. Close, I would assume. With a Amazon, like, but like then that makes me question, like, is it like Rockstar's side that is like not protected enough, or is it that this kid is just like the Riddler and the Joker combined? It's just crazy to see how much hacking has been going on recently, and something tells me it's not going to get any better.
Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear my Boomy?
A little bit.
Yapping?
It's not like anything crazy.
He'll go down eventually. Boomy does this thing where like anyone leaves the house, he starts howling. He's like, no! He's like, they're never coming back. And I can always tell when someone left the house because he starts howling, which is adorable because it's like he misses his pack. Like someone just left his pack. He's like, they're never coming back. But still, it's poor little guy. He's getting through it. But yeah, the hack was
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's that time again where there's not really a ton of sunlight and it gets dark immediately when you get back home from work, and that can do a lot of like negative things for your mental health. I know it does for me. That's where BetterHelp steps in. Therapy can benefit your health in so many ways, and BetterHelp is here to step in to help with that. My time with BetterHelp was nothing but awesome. They were professional, really taught me a lot of skills that I still use today. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online and designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time with no additional charge. Find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's better, H-E-L-P, betterhelp.com/GG. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this podcast. We all know quitting a bad habit can be really tough to do, but Fume has made it way easier for a lot of people out there, including myself. Fume looks at the problem in a different way. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong, so instead of a drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit? Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. And instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses delicious flavors. Your Fume comes with an adjustable airflow dial and is designed with movable parts and magnets for fidgeting, giving your fingers a lot to do, which is helpful for de-stressing and anxiety while breaking your habit. The feel of this thing is really cool and high quality. You really feel like you're using something that's like no one else is using it, and it's super cool. You gotta try the new Solano Fume. It's made with premium walnut barrel and an onyx-coated mouthpiece. Start the holidays off right and the good habit by going to tryfume.com/GG and get the journey pack today. Fume is giving our listeners today 10% off when they use the code GG to help making starting the good habit that much easier.
Well, also that, and also hilarious that like one of the dev's sons literally also released some like early gameplay like back in the day cafe, like when we talked about it on the podcast, but it just goes to show like how absolutely ravenous people are for this new GTA game.
Yeah.
And yeah, supervillain, if the government's smart, yeah, I mean, which absolutely these guys already do this. They're like supervillain, more like super government hero. Haha, let's get it.
Yeah, I just don't get how I should get how they do this. Apparently, it cost Rockstar about $5 million to recover all this kind of stuff, and they, I guess the hacker sent out threatening text message to 26,000 EE customers trying to get like their money or like, but basically like blackmailing them and stuff like that. It's just so crazy, man.
Diabolical.
Yeah, truly, actually diabolical. In other news, that is other news. Is there anything Blue you wanted to touch on?
I was like, I don't know if we had anything else.
I actually have this. The day before, Steam is, I don't think I've ever seen this before. No matter what, if you bought the day before, you are getting a refund. Even if you didn't ask for one, you are getting a refund back.
Which is awesome because
yeah.
Even if the refunds go through, it's still pretty wild that like the day before's investors, no matter what, got scammed hard. Like they got absolutely just yoinked, pickpocketed right in broad daylight. So this refund stuff, while crazy, and it's amazing that people are going to get their refunds back because my God, like this game, I don't know if you guys have even looked at gameplay of this game, but this thing is, it's barely playable, and it's really not even a game. It's more like a tech demo of a game. Like they got away with highway robbery. So while it's great that people are getting their refunds back, absolutely hard, not really gutted for their investors, but kind of like, I kind of admire how just under the rug they pulled this off. Like this was crazy. They popped off. And, you know, I don't know if we'll ever see someone pop off this hard in the Skamaz Olympics ever again. That was amazing. Hats off to you, Day Before Devs. What a scam.
Yeah, definitely one of the most interesting things I've ever seen. I actually have here too, Tiny Build closes indie publisher Versus Evil, all staff laid off.
This came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with a lot of Versus Evil, but I did like their game First Class Trouble. I believe that was like the spy game we played, where it was like, I could be wrong, but I think we played that for a little bit. Yeah, we did play First Class Trouble. That game was a lot of fun, actually. I don't know if they're going to be updating it anymore. That was like that spy game. I don't think you played it with us, Blue. I think it was me, Fruit, and Joey.
I did see you guys play it, but yeah, I didn't partake, unfortunately.
Yeah, that game was kind of fun. I'm not really familiar with their other games: Pillars of Eternity, The Hand of Merlin, and Sock Venture.
They had Unmetal, which was actually really cool too. Mother Gunship, yeah. Tower of Guns was pretty popular. A bunch of other things. Oh yeah, First Class Trouble. Yeah, I think that was probably their most well-known one. I'm not sure. Jumpala seemed pretty fun. Barrio was also fairly popular.
Is Tiny Build the people that made Castle Crashers, or am I thinking of somebody different?
You might be thinking of someone different. Oh, they made Pillars of Eternity too. Pillars of Eternity. No, that's probably there. Yeah, that was huge. They made a lot of games. A lot of games. You know, unfortunately, I don't know the exact circumstances why it happened, but it's a tough year for game devs. And I say game devs because it's not a tough year for game studios, because CEOs be raking in that money. Did you see, I actually wanted to talk about this a little bit. Did you see the amount of money Bobby Kotick was getting every year?
No, I didn't see that. Is that that's the Activision Blizzard guy,
Activision
right?
guy. And so he's no longer, I mean, he's leaving Activision, I believe, at the end of the year.
I saw that. Yeah, that's good news.
Bobby Kotick was paid $155 million in compensation packages. The average annual income for a game, you know, lowest level game dev, entry level type stuff, is $38,600. So you're telling me, Bobby Kotick, the CEO, was on his own, gave the value to a studio, to the studios at Activision, that like two or three AAA studios, like the amount of money you could employ two or three AAA studios worth of devs. You're telling me Bobby Kotick did more for those games than like those devs would have done. You're telling me Bobby Kotick is worth more than several studios. Like, come on. And the game industry is like wondering, like, man, like why is it so hard? Like, it's so tough. Like, money just doesn't come in like it used to. And it's like, yeah, because you pay your devs pennies, and then you wonder why, like, how do these games get made? It's your dev teams, you freaks. Get it together. Taking these crazy bonuses for all you did was, what did you do? You're like the idea guy. You're like, man, guys, like, you're not even the idea guy.
Yeah, I was like, the idea guy. He just kind of like walks up and goes like, "Is everything like going?" And they're like, "Yeah." Good. And they're like, "He's like, all right.
It's all right." You're the manager at Walmart, and you're like, who runs the Walmart? The people that work there. Like, come on, man. Managers at Walmart probably work harder than Bobby Kotick did.
Yeah,
that's on facts.
It's crazy. Also, Aquaman is out. The DC universe has officially come to a close. We will no longer be getting anything from this DCU that we know now. I believe this Aquaman is the last of the DC saga. And good riddance. I think I can all say nobody really liked this DCU. I did like Zack Snyder's cut. You know, a 4-hour movie was kind of fun. It did show the Martian Manhunter at the end, which, you know, I was all about. But yeah, it's over.
Out with a whimper, unfortunately. I don't think there was a single... I would say the closest they got to making a true banger was Wonder Woman. And that was about it.
Yeah, the first Wonder Woman was definitely like... Great.
Yeah, that's when I saw a glimmer of hope, but it's been quite a few years since then. And yeah, Snyder's Justice League was good, but like I can't really even say I felt like a future from that, because like for me personally, I feel like Snyder like did way too many. I don't know how to describe it. I guess overall, like the DC universe never had a chance to breathe and like flesh out its characters and like get that like that walking to running space that it deserved. It just seemed like constantly always in that old DC universe that like they were trying to like get something that worked now, versus like, you know, doing the slow burn that Marvel has become so good at, of just like slowly letting these characters make their own, have their own movies, do their own thing, and then bring them all together. And, you know, say what you will about like new Marvel, but at least they still want to focus on like, you know, building these characters slowly, even if maybe these characters don't always bring in the most money, you know what I mean? So
speaking of Marvel, Jonathan Majors has actually been dropped as Kang after being found guilty of, I forget what the exact charges were, but he was dropped for Marvel nonetheless, and kind of leaves Marvel movies kind of floating in the water. You're going to try and figure out what they're going to do. I guess the Kang Dynasty Marvel movies for the Avengers have officially been changed as well. It's not called that anymore. Who knows what direction they go in now, but just one of the biggest bag fumbles I've ever seen. Like,
I don't think anyone's against a recast, but it's definitely tough because like you're like, what do you do when the guy you were grooming to be, you know, the big bad just fumbles it? Man, yep, sucks. You know, we're kind of I feel like overall we've definitely been coming out of the superhero movie golden age, and you know, it's a little
unfortunate.
It's a little bittersweet, but ultimately it was gonna happen because you know, superhero fatigue for sure. So, but you know, I still fucking love superhero movies, man. So I'll still go to them.
Yeah, I will still be there no matter what.
I will be there no matter what. But you know what stocks are on the rise is big monster movies, baby. Stonks are up.
Yeah,
I saw Godzilla -1.
What'd you think?
Dare I say, the best movie of the year.
Right? Like just so much fun, so great. Like it's
We got that coming out. Then we got Godzilla X Kong, which looks so cheesy and stupid, and I'm here for it. I am there for that.
I'm with you. Like
King of the Monsters, baby, gas. Godzilla versus Kong, gas. And guess what? I'm gonna be there for Godzilla X Kong because that's gonna be gas too. Because I like to see big monsters beat the shit out of each other. And you know what? If I want the more serious, like horror vibes version of Godzilla, Japan's got it locked down, baby. Japan's got it locked down. Yeah, so I get the cheesy over the top action hero Godzilla, and I get the oh my fucking god, this dude is terrifying Godzilla flicks. Hell yeah. Monster fans, let's fucking go.
Yeah, Godzilla fans are eating good today. Godzilla fans eating like Spider-Man fans.
We just can't stop eating. Can't stop eating.
Little tidbit here. I did see that One Piece is getting a new anime remake. And it's heading to Netflix. I don't know how that's gonna work, but the series will start with the East Blue Saga, whatever that means. So big shouts out to One Piece fans. I'm about like 60 episodes in, and I need to get back in on it. Anything else, Blue, we wanted to touch on before we go to some Q&A?
As far as the One Piece show goes, I will not be there no matter what.
I don't know if you have seen the new Twitch meta that has come out recently.
Oh my god. I'm torn on this. Go on.
So for those that don't know, recently, Twitch made a pretty big U-turn on artistic deceptions of nudity. They basically allowed people, let me see if I can find it. A viral stream featuring an OnlyFans model has led to Twitch to update its sexual content guidelines with new allowances made for erotic dances, body writing, and other forms what deems as artistic deceptions of nudity. Twitch says it is now allowed to the following content as long as it's properly labeled. Content that is deliberately highlighting breasts, buttocks, or the pelvic region, even when fully clothed. Fictionized, drawn, animated, or sculpted, fully exposed female presenting breasts and or genitals or buttocks regardless of gender. Body writing on female presenting breasts or buttocks regardless of gender. Erotic dances that involve disrobing or disrobing gestures such as stripteases. Popular dances such as twerking, grinding, and pole dances are now allowed without a label. And then about a day later, Twitch came out and basically reverted the artistic deceptions of nudity because people were, there were actual artists like that were, tastefully trying to make like, Rule 34 and shit like that on the site. And then you just had people that were just taking full advantage of the situation with their VTube models, the things they were showing. Oh man. So if you go into just the art category on Twitch or just the just chat, it is insane. The new meta is you get a black bar.
Oh yeah.
You just cover the areolas. And then like cover your thing with a black. Like it's so crazy to me. Like at that point, like just go onto another website and just show like your balls or your boobs. Like I just don't get it.
It's tough because Twitch is like very, like Twitch doesn't really. The issue really doesn't come down to like people abusing the rules. The issue comes down to the fact that Twitch like is so scared of like having a hard stance of like what they want the site to be. And they also know that, they want to make profit. So like these just chatting type streams, they make them money. Like, so it's tough. It's, they want more broadcasters, but they don't want to turn into like a porn website. But at the same time, they're like that makes a lot of money. But so like they have to like, they try to skirt the line. And it's kind of funny because like I don't necessarily have like a big problem with like the titty streamer meta. But it was kind of funny how that community of people who wanted to do lewd shit kind of self-cannibalized, and they were kind of the reason that the art stuff got reverted because they were like, "Oh, we could do all this crazy shit now," and they definitely crossed many lines. And a lot of people were like, oh, "Dude, it's the fucking incels, dude. It's like all these people who like hate sex workers." And it's like, hey, with all due respect, Twitch is not looking at those people's opinions because they put in these like, you know, very artistic nude. They made it very lenient for a reason.
Yeah.
And then like as soon as they were like, we're gonna move the line a little bit, people were like, here is my butthole. Would you like to see my vagine and boobies? Here are my balls and dick.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to VTubers were straight up like showing their whole ass nude models on stream. Like we're talking like anatomically pretty ridiculous, and it's like, come on, y'all. Like you knew if you pushed this boundary too hard, it was gonna get pushed back. So kind of it was like it was like one of those moments where it was like, oh, we can't have shit. Like you guys couldn't behave yourselves. A little funny, but hey.
Yeah. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's that time again where there's not really a ton of sunlight and it gets dark immediately when you get back home from work, and that can do a lot of like negative things for your mental health. I know it does for me. That's where BetterHelp steps in. Therapy can benefit your health in so many ways, and BetterHelp is here to step in to help with that. My time with BetterHelp was nothing but awesome. They were professional, really taught me a lot of skills that I still use today. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online and designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time with no additional charge. Find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, betterhelp.com/GG. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this podcast. Gifting is a no-brainer this holiday season thanks to the unmatched comfort and the style of MeUndies. From undies and bralettes to socks and loungewear, MeUndies has the perfect gift for yourself or anyone else on your list, even those hard to gift people. MeUndies has the holiday gift guide to make it all super easy as well. MeUndies gifted me 2 pairs of the most comfortable black pair of underwear I think I've ever worn ever. I gotta get them for my people. MeUndies' signature fabric is as soft as a warm hug from your favorite sweater. It's breathable, stretchy, and oh so comfy, making them ideal for any type of day. Knock out your holiday shopping today and get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/GG15. That's MeUndies.com/GG15 for 20% off plus free shipping. MeUndies, comfort from the outside in. I gotta find those things right now. I gotta put some of those on right now. Thank you, MeUndies, for sponsoring this episode of the GG Over Easy podcast. We'll move on to Q&A here. We got a question from Walter. It says, have you guys ever played any games from Software, and did you like any? Yeah, I mean, I love the From Software games. Like Dark Souls 3 is like one of my favorite games. Every other From Software game I've played, I've eventually rage quit, but I had a good time.
I really need to I really need to like play more of them. My issue is like
there's no easy setting. I'm just joking.
No, 100%. I mean, Elden Ring was amazing. I played Dark Souls 3. I loved Armored Core. Armored Core was amazing.
I still haven't played that. Like that is probably my biggest video game sin of the year.
That's like one of those great games like you could just play like if you're not doing anything. Like if you got nothing else to play and you just want to like have like a fun, you know, pretty challenging in some ways, not as challenging as some people make it out to be, but like that's just a good fun single player game. Yeah. And because I had so much fun with like the past couple of From Software games, like I want to go back and play more of them. I think I've watched so much gameplay of Sekiro and it just seems so fun to me, and I've never done Bloodborne. I've never finished. Like I think I started 2, never finished 2. I don't know. Like I really want to get through my backlog of Dark Souls games, but you know, maybe eventually. Hopefully this
Yeah.
next year in gaming is a little slower so I could eventually do that.
Space says, do you guys remember the Chubby Bunny Challenge? Did you ever do it? What was your record? I'm talking about the jumbo marshmallows, not the baby ones.
Oh, no, man. I don't know what was with these massive trends of just like literally trying to like challenge people to not throw up, basically. No, I'm good.
I want to say like probably around like 14. I remember doing it one time in high school,
14.
but like
That's still wild.
I couldn't.
All that
tell you,
sugar, all that just sugar and marshmallow in your stomach.
We could try it on a podcast, and I'll try a Chubby Bunny Challenge or something. Make it fun.
I think Rob's the only one who is physically capable of doing that.
Yeah, Mr. Fruit would not be able to.
Fruit would throw up, and I would throw up.
Fenrir.
You could blend it for him. I feel even then, if you blended it, I don't think he would participate. Yeah. He's a sane man.
Fenrir says, "Do you wear wigs? Have you worn wigs? Will you wear wigs? When will you wear wigs?"
I've actually thought about this.
This is a reference to a Lord of the Rings interview back in the mid 2000s. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty funny. Jimmy says, any of you guys got any wild driving stories? Could be in a passenger or a driver, or maybe some family story. Thankfully, I haven't seen anything too crazy while driving. You know, I was in an accident once. It wasn't anything major. We were just on the freeway and we got hit with some black ice. And Sydney's car at the time was a 2-wheel drive car, and it just spun us out. And a car in the other lane hit our almost like the backside passenger door. It totaled Sydney's car and stuff, but thankfully we were both okay, and the other driver was okay as well. That's kind of like as crazy as it gets for me. Yeah, I'll try and think if Wild Blue has one, maybe.
The only time I had a crazy driving story is when I was still learning how to drive, and I think I was in the car with my whole family. I was nervous, and I don't even remember why I went on the highway, but it was something about like, you know, they wanted me to get familiar with the highway, and I was like, we were going to like a restaurant, and I was like, I'm not familiar with the highway. Like I wasn't comfortable going on it.
Yeah.
And I think I don't even remember who. They were just like, oh, you'll be fine. It's just a highway. Like, it's not as scary as you think it is. I'd never been on the highway at that point. So I almost run into, I guess my brain like floated for a second, but like the car drifted a little too close to the side barrier. You know what I mean? Like the concrete barrier. And so I realized this. My mom or my dad was like, and I was like, so I swerve it back, and I do that thing where like you're kind of losing control of the car, but not quite, where like you're swerving back and forth to try and get back.
Getting like speed wobble type shit.
Yeah,
like,
the speed. Yeah, exactly. You're trying to get back and forth, like to try and like to stabilize the straight line. And I mean, my sister's in the back. My mom's in the back, my dad's in the front, and they're like, they're like, ah! And I get it stable, but that was the most like, oh fuck, that sucked moment of driving. Hasn't happened since. Nothing bad's happened since. I think the only other driving story is in broad daylight on my way home from work. We're talking like 5 p.m. on the dot. I'm driving home, and in the turning lane, it's like one of those intersections where like there's a bunch of businesses. So I'm in the turn lane to go, and this dude is in the turn lane coming toward me, right? And he just straight up runs into my car head on.
Jeez.
Bump, like it wasn't that bad, but like this dude just straight up, like I'm watching him slowly, like 10 miles an hour, come toward me, and I'm like, is this dude gonna run into me? This dude's gonna run into me. This dude ran into me. Surprise, surprise. This dude is bonkers drunk at 5 p.m. This old ass, like 50-something-year-old dude, just absolutely wasted. The cops get there, and I was like, I've never been in an accident, like, and the dude's like, I wouldn't worry about it, dude. Like, this dude started doing like the straight line test on the dude immediately, and he's like, you're free to go. Like, we'll get you like a police report at your address. Like, don't worry about it.
Damn.
Drunk ass dude in broad daylight. I was like, damn.
That reminds me of that I heard Joe Biden's motorcade got hit, and the guy was driving under the influence that hit his motorcade. Oh man, that's just the worst. More Ghouls says, "There's any chance for a Dark Souls or Souls like playthrough for any of y'all?" Wow, a lot of From Software questions. Yeah, I'd like to. I wanna get back into Demon Souls, the remake. I need to.
That's what I want to do too. I really want to do Sekiro eventually. So yeah.
Crystal has a question. Says 2023 is about over. What were the top 3 most memorable moments of the year?
That is hard, dude.
I'll just go off the top of my head. Getting Reese. Dado's pack opening. And I got engaged last year, so it wasn't this year I got engaged. Number 3, probably my subathon with Salt Nation in August, where we got to like, I think it was like 5 days of straight streaming and all that kind of stuff. I think that was really fun and really cool.
For me, top 3, I mean, just happened. I had the BF visit. That was amazing. We did a whole lot of things. Another in the top 3. I helped one of my friends who did not think they could do like an ultimate raid in Final Fantasy. And they, like, I joined the group with them and they killed it, and doing an ultimate raid in FF and DSR, like DSR especially. The difficulty of this raid, like, I cried when I cleared it the first time. That's how just crazy it was. Obviously, it's not quite as difficult as it used to be. Like, you know, as time goes on, people figure out like optimal strats, and so it's not as daunting. But like, yeah, when I was doing it blind and I finished it, it was crazy. So helping one of my friends get through it that didn't believe they could do it. They're a gamer that did not believe they were a gamer, and they did it. So that was really amazing.
Oh, yeah.
3, probably I started working out a lot at this local gym, and I'm still going like 7 months later. So I'd say that was pretty big on my list. And I totally forgot about this. We had this gym Christmas party.
Oh.
And it was really, really cool. And I actually got an award. It was for Rookie of the Year. They were like,
nice.
Oroid's like, yeah, you have people come through and you're not sure if they're gonna make it. You're not sure if they're gonna make it. Like, you're not sure how they're gonna hang, but like they come through and they stay with it.
Yeah.
And like they show that like, hey, they can do it. And I was super honored by that. So those are my top 3.
Whittle says, have any of you guys watched Neon Genesis Evangelion? For as complicated as it is, it's my favorite anime plus the rebuilds. No, I have not watched it. There's so much anime I do need to watch. But I know it's one of Shark's favorites.
I love Neon Genesis. There's nothing really else to say. It's great sci-fi mech. Super convoluted plot lines in the best way. Great show. Highly recommend anyone to watch it if you dig that whole genre of complex sci-fi plot mechas. Basically, just watch it. It's great.
Slippy Fist, would you rather go to jail for 1 year or go to jail with a Rubik's Cube and you get out when you solve it?
What? That's easy.
So is it?
Dude, Rubik's Cubes are not hard.
Okay,
I mean,
so
it would take me.
But no YouTube. I'm saying I'm gonna make it stipulate. No YouTube tutorials or anything. Like
I
you're
mean,
in there with just a Rubik's Cube.
There's only so many times you can. I mean, you would probably go crazy, like looking at it just on it, like blind progging a Rubik's Cube. But I feel like it would not take me more than like, because I have no. This is for me not having a deep understanding of like the lines of like what make a Rubik's Cube, tick. But I feel like I could eventually figure it out.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm going to jail for a year. I think I would like. I really think I would get like the Rubik's Cube and just make it worse. Like I don't know even where to begin. I'm gonna put a stipulation on it too. I don't have internet access. I'm in a jail cell. So I don't know how exactly what Blue said makes a Rubik's Cube tick. So I'm gonna go for a year. And come at a year and you're still fiddling with that thing, I'll say peace out. Mies with the last question here says, have you guys been keeping up with any competitive gaming scenes? For me, I'm still keeping up with the Smash scene, Omega LOL, he says. It's kind of weird seeing MKLeo no longer being the #1 player. Is Smash Omega LOL now?
Smash Ultimate is a dark cesspool right now.
Why is that?
Steve has made watching some of the top level Smash pretty diabolically sad. Not unbearable, but you definitely have
worse than Omni-Man or whatever his name is, Olimar.
Worse than Steve is definitely the most boring character to watch in all of Smash Ultimate. I don't think he's as broken as like Bayonetta or like Meta Knight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's worse out of these 4 metas to watch? Okay, Steve meta currently, Bayonetta, Snake, Mir, or Olimar. What is the worst in that?
I think Bayonetta still was the worst meta when it came to Smash Wii U.
That was
that like almost killed the game, the scene in general. I do think this is bad, not for the same reasons of being overpowered, but bad for the reasons of this character requires you to play so strict, and he's not unbeatable, right? But he really drains the pace of the game to a degree that like Olimar and Snake could never do. And it's just kind of sad because like you'll straight up see, I mean, just a couple weeks ago, like you had Tweak like just straight up give up against a Steve. Like he was just like, I'm done. Like I'm not playing this. Like this sucks ass. And I don't know. Steve doesn't get any weaker as time goes on. Like people are not solving Steve. Like Steve is Steve. So it's just tough. It's hard. He's in that fine line between not completely absolutely busted, but also just so boring to watch, just so mind-numbing. You have some of the top players be like, I cannot play Steve. If I have to play more than several Steves, like I'm just dropping out of the tournament. And it's
who is the #1 player that's not MKLeo? Is he a Steve player, I'm guessing?
I don't even think the #1 player is a Steve player is a thing. But it's just because the sheer amount of just it's brain destroying. It's like being in jail with a Rubik's Cube. That's the equivalent.
It says I'm looking here on this Super Smash Bros. Ultimate rankings, player rankings based on tournament performance and participation. At #1, they have Spargo from Mexico.
Spargo, the Cloud main, the Steve Destroyer.
It says Inkling, Cloud, and Bayleth is who they play. And then Cola's the Steve. Is a Steve player.
You also have Sonics.
Is still up there with Olimar.
The Buzz is up there. You have Sonics, who is also a Sonic. Sonic is in the same vein as Steve, where it's just like it's so really hard to watch because Sonic is such a campy character. It's tough.
You would think he's a really like mobile character, like as he's like fast and stuff. It's the opposite. Interesting.
He's very campy because of his homing attack. Like his entire playstyle is based around his homing attacks.
Okay.
But it's not great. You still have some great players still in like the running. Like you have Light, you have Leo that are so fun to watch. Tweak is really fun to watch. Mutace is the Resident Peach, you know, the combo lord. Some other really fun play. I don't know, there's a lot of players that are really fun to watch. There's a lot of
Riddles
great
with
players.
Terry. I don't think I've ever seen Terry.
But you have a lot
Terry
of the
Donkey Kong Joker.
You have a lot of the people who used to be there that like really made the start of Smash special just kind of fall off because of how oppressive Steve is on those characters. And then you also have like Mars, who doesn't really compete anymore. I've loved watching Mars play. He was the Zero
Suit Samus.
But yeah, we're in a strange place right now with Smash, so
Counter-Strike right now is on its like off season right now. It's starting to pick back up here with the major coming up in March. And I also just don't love CS2 like I loved CS:GO. So whenever the LES or LCS picks back up, and thankfully they're doing weekend games now, so I'll be able to watch that a little bit more. But yeah, guys, that'll do it for the GG Over Easy podcast, episode 209. Appreciate you guys all sticking around for another amazing year. I actually think we'll have one more episode next Sunday. That will be on the 31st. So maybe we'll make some resolutions and bring in the new year that is 2024. So thank you guys all for supporting us. Really appreciate you. Shout out to people that always support the Patreon. Click on that like button, click on that subscribe button, the join one. Thank you guys all. See you guys for the last episode of 2023 next week.